Welcome to Ella Reads Novels. Hope you enjoy the story. The moment I woke up, I realized I had transmigrated into the ruthless supporting female character, Lin Sao, from a novel. This woman was already married and had a child with the secondary male lad. Yet she was still obsessed with the male protagonist, constantly scheming to interfere, becoming a stepping stone for the female lad. From there, the supporting female lost her way, got blacklisted, divorced by the secondary male lad, and ultimately was run over by the female lad's fancon's car. Well, I glanced at the cute little dumpling sitting before me and my handsome, wealthy husband. Isn't this exactly the life I long for? So why isn't my husband coming home? Banker sliding cards left and right. What's with the male protagonist? Get lost. I slouched down on the sofa, starting to ponder. Who's really suffering this pain here? Just a moment ago, I was bad-mouthing that wicked supporting female, Lin Sao, with my best friend calling her brainless, and now, a moment later, I've transmigrated into Lin Sao herself. I looked at the exquisitely delicate face reflected in the mirror, as if it were painted in a picture. Every furrowed brow, every smile exuded an enchanting charm. It's no wonder Lin Sao was called the entertainment industry's #1 decorative flower. This look is truly dazzling. Lin Sao even had an adorable child. She loved a husband who was wealthy, tall, handsome, yet rarely came home. Her hand swiped the black card while her eyes locked on an account balance with an endless string of zeros. I picked up my phone, kissing and cuddling it endlessly. Knock, knock, knock. The door was tapped, followed by the butler's voice from outside. Madam, the production crew for the show has arrived. All right, I'm coming down now. The program mom's compliment was live-streamed. So the production team had to come pick up guests at their homes for filming. Since it was a live broadcast, there was no hidden script. The original Lin Sao had signed up for this show herself, knowing the female lad Han Yo-hong would also participate. She nursed a desire for revenge. Little did she expect to be the one who ended up shooting herself in the foot. I entered the dressing room larger than my previous 3-bedroom home, with the living room filled with all kinds of clothing. This was undoubtedly the real-life dressing room of a madam. Sure enough, poverty had long restricted my imagination. I chose a white V-neck crop top and dark green flared pants, applied light makeup, tied my dark brown wavy hair into a high ponytail, radiating youthful vitality. Descending the stairs, I immediately saw a bunch of people with complex camera equipment. I approached the lens and asked the director, "Are we live yet?" Director too blushed and nodded enthusiastically before bursting out, "Oh my god, I might be attacked by consecutive beauty strikes. Not a single flaw on that face. Does such perfection really exist?" Just moments ago, I was still admiring this ridiculously huge king of family villa. How can someone be both so beautiful and wealthy like this? This place is probably even bigger than the Daorasan apartment. Ordinary rich folks probably couldn't afford a villa like Kinu family villa. Truly a class apart. Trying to hold back tears, he added, "Why do you feel like this guest is acting just like Lin Sao? Smooth topper, full of green tea vibes. Wasn't she married to a fat boss? Maybe she's just trying to latch on to some other tycoon." Completely agree. Let's all jump up and down to see her. It's very likely. Although I couldn't see the live comments, I was certain some guy was currently yelling at the sky. After all, the original Lin Sao's acting wasn't good, and she pursued elimination of other actresses. Especially Han Yu-han. How could she possibly outshine the dazzling female lead? She failed miserably and even backfired. "Mom, will you be taking me on the show?" Dan Lan, my little one, wore a tiny suit, big bright eyes sparkling with innocence. The original Lin Sao despised this child who ruined her romantic schemes. The main culprit behind it all was evidently the secondary male lad, Talap Hoi. Though treated terribly by Lin Sao, the child always longed for her mother's love. Looking at this 4-year-old carefully clutching my finger, I couldn't help but feel anxious. Oh my heavens, love makes me die. Being a mother without pain is wonderful. I took the small plump hand in mine. The kid was so noisy. "Sure, today mommy will take you on TV to make new friends." The little boy's eyes lit up even brighter and he clung to me like glue. Comments. How could Lin Sao have such an adorable child? Exactly. What is she even relying on? She's just another pretty face. Enough with this injustice. After a quick breakfast and organizing stuff, the program crew arrived at Chongnam Village. The crew had invited 4 teams in total. Female-led Ha Yihan and her daughter Tam Nam Show, film queen Ha Yan Nian, who had pulled back from the screen, and her daughter Show Nian Nian, supermodel Latu and her son Tulek Lak. Lastly, me and Tadan Lam. The comment section erupted again. Oh wow, Ha Han is so beautiful. The baby piglet show is too adorable. Haha, you guys don't know I've liked Show for 7 years. Latu's figure is amazing. No wonder she's a supermodel. Honestly asking, am I the only one who thinks Lin Sao is the prettiest here? It really did feel like Lin Sao's mere presence made all the other female guests fade away instantly. I found it odd too. Lin, my dear, is just too cute, but very quickly. These kinds of comments were deleted. Director 2 announced, "Welcome everyone to this episode at Trondheim Village. Today's theme focuses on rural life. Next week, we will assign tasks to everyone. We hope they can complete them perfectly." There are 4 types of rooms, ranging from deluxe to shabby luxury room, normal room, thatch house, and stable. The female guests paled at the mention of the stable. Nim Nim, with her adorable braided hair, turned to her mother, "Mom, what's a stable?" "Ah, Yan Yan, a stable is a place where horses are kept." Tulek clapped excitedly. "Sleeping with horses? That sounds fun. Mommy, can we choose the stable?" Lothu immediately crushed the plan. "If you want, sleep with the horses yourself." "Don't drag me along." Tulek pouted, covering her face. "I'm just being relatable." "Okay, task assignments are determined by drawing lots." Tulek volunteered first and got the job to feed the chickens and ducks. Lothu's face darkened as Tulek returned with the slip. And she gave the kid a kick. Next was Tham Nam Show, a little girl in a pink princess dress, with a cute little bun fixed with clips, truly a lovely princess. Nim Show drew the task of weeding. Ha Yuhan encouraged her softly. Ha Yan Nian looked at me, asking, "Do you want to draw a task?" I politely smiled. "Please, Ha, you take it." She nodded. Show Nian Yan got to herd the cattle, arguably the easiest task. My little dumpling was assigned the stinky, dirty job of fertilizing. Ha Yuhan smiled with a hint of glee. "Xiao Xiao, your son's luck seems a bit off. Fertilizing is both dirty and smelly. Do you want to swap with me?" I shook my head. "No need." "Then don't quit halfway." I turned my back to the cameras and rolled my eyes. Turning around, I saw the little dumpling gazing vacantly at me, tears about to overflow. I patted his head. The baby's hair was extremely soft. It was just like my own. "My dear, no matter fertilizing, Mom won't blame you for falling short of my expectations. Because you will forever be Mom's beloved." I said this and kissed the kid. Dumpling's eyes shone brilliantly as he hugged my neck. "Love Mom the most." Comments flooded in. "What should I do? I'm suddenly so touched. This is a really good way to educate." When I was little, I was often scolded by my mother for not meeting expectations, which made me very insecure and afraid to raise my head before anyone. Feeling bad for the girl upstairs. This is just because it's live streaming, right? I took 2 big buckets of organic fertilizer, with Dumpling trailing behind. Holding 2 wooden spoons, I bent over carefully spreading the fertilizer. Dumpling mimicked my actions. Comments: "Lin Sao seems very experienced, like she's done this before." This isn't something everyone knows how to do. I had to learn a long time and got scolded at least 10 times. I took the chance to check other teams' progress. For Ha Yuhan's team, it seemed weeding was not suitable for a little princess at all. So Nimsho found a shaded spot, fanning herself with her chubby hands and cheering for her mother. Ha Yuhan praised, "Thank you, dear." Meanwhile, Lethu's team feeding the chickens was chased around by the birds. "Sister La, do you want to feed them or not?" "Stop running." The crew called Lethu aside. Comments: "Haha, the cattle herding team led by Yan Nian is very peaceful." Ha Yan Nian weaves grass mats while the princess wears a grass ring as a fashion statement. Yan Nian didn't finish first. That honor went to Ha Yuhan. She wiped her sweat and held Nimsho's little hand, heading toward me. Was she trying to use me to gather sympathy from the audience? I recalled the original plot. After finishing the tasks, Ha Yuhan would confront the original Lin Sao, saying a few words that drove her crazy. She then pretended to be kind, advising the original Lin Sao. In the end, Lin Sao was cyberbullier, but Ha Yuhan's popularity rose. I'm not the original Lin Sao. I didn't show anger but patiently taught little Dumpling. Xiao Xiao. We've finished our tasks. Need any help? Not bothering to look up, I replied. No need. Isn't homework closer handed to you and food delivered to the mouth? You're probably not used to this work, huh? No need to be like that. I was speechless. When I first read the novel, I didn't like the female lead much. She was Lin Xiao's best friend and knew Lin Xiao liked the male protagonist but still flirted with him openly. After they got together, she showed affection brazenly in front of Lin Xiao. Raised in luxury, how could Lin Xiao stand that? So she targeted her but fell into the female led's trap, even helping her put on the wedding dress. I didn't care about the last pair of fertilizer scoops in the bucket. I stood up and brushed off my hands. Lin, let's go wash our hands. Hai Yuhan stopped me, eyes veiled and mist. Xiao Xiao, are you still mad at me? I really like Hai. Can you accept us? No. Thanks, stop talking. Enough. What did I do to make you misunderstand me? And what about them, Behai? If you knew I didn't like you, why not distance yourself a little? Hai Yuhan was stunned, nearly crying but couldn't. Seeing the scene turn comical, I naturally lost interest. Going to live my happy life. Should I distance myself from a female led trying to use me to climb higher? No way, no chance. Room assignments depended on the cooking tasks. Everyone cooked one dish with ingredients from the production. The first kid to guess their mother's dish got first pick of rooms. Wrong guesses meant guessing again, looking at the ingredients. I decided on sweet and sour ribs. Before requesting the recipe book, cooking a simple sweet and sour ribs dish was no problem. The dishes were laid out. Seeing the pitch-black food in front, the kids froze in confusion, and the moms looked embarrassed. Hainan rubbed her head. Busy work schedules. Rarely cook for myself. Letha shrugged. I said, need to maintain shape. I usually eat boiled food only. Show off your mouth. Hai Yuhan chimed in. I only knew barely edible dishes. Only I sat quiet before the table, chin resting on hand. The cooking wasn't filmed, supposedly to stir audience curiosity and let them participate indirectly. Comments. The egg noodles got clumped together. The stir-fry greens were charred black. The shredded potato stir-fry was passable. The sweet and sour ribs had balanced flavor and aroma. Guessing people said the egg noodle dish was Yan Yan's, the greens were Thu Thu's, and the rest was obvious Han Han's the best. Sweet and sour ribs looked very appetizing. I felt the egg noodles belonged to Lin Xiao, but while she rarely cooked, that didn't mean she never did. Looking at Lin Xiao, she seemed the one who didn't know how to cook. Who else thought the sweet and sour ribs were Lin Xiao's? Seriously? She looked like someone who couldn't even touch water paint with all 10 fingers. How could she cook? Meanwhile, Hai Yuhan stared at the sweet and sour ribs, sniffed, and bit her lip. Tulak Klak raised his hand. Director, I think the scary black greens are made by my mom. The director laughed. Why? Tulak Klak spread his hands wide. Because last time she made food without oil. Last time she learned how to make love eggs online, but they all stuck to the pan. The love eggs turned into egg-shaped love. But Dad still ate happily. Everyone burst out laughing. Luthu blushed and patted his head. Tulak Klak, what nonsense are you talking about? He covered his head sadly and asked the director, did I answer right? Congratulations to little Tulak Klak for answering correctly. Oh, which room do you want to choose? The thatch house. The director raised an eyebrow. Huh? Why pick that? Because I can't let mom stay in the stable. And there are 2 little sisters to put in the nice rooms. I was speechless. How about I stay in the stable? Hai Yuhan tucked her hair behind her ear. But Lin Xiao is also a daughter. Tulak Klak looked torn. I changed the subject with a smile. Don't we need to answer more questions? Who's next? Taidan Lam took a bite of the ribs and said, I think the sweet and sour ribs were made by my mom. The director smiled and Dublin. Can you tell us why? Because my mom is the best. When Dumpling said this, his eyes gleamed with pride. Comments. No need to be so confident. Does Lin Xiao really look like she can cook? Ahahaya. Lin, don't be like this. Lin Xiao is just a decorative flower. When kids inflate her like this, I can't take it, boo-hoo. Be a little polite. Is it forbidden to praise your mom? But be realistic. Didn't Han Han say she never touched water paint with her fingertips? Let's see what the director says it. Isn't that enough? Argument after argument in the comments. The director checked the stats, smiling inside, watching the comments merge in action. Finally, taking the megaphone. Congratulations to Lam Lam for answering accurately. Which room would you like? Without hesitation, Dumpling replied. VIP room. Show me in turn and asked Lam Lam. Why choose this room? The director wanted to ask as well but saw someone else ask first, quickly signaling the cameraman to focus on Ted and Lam and show Nian Nian. Ted and Lam pursed his lips. Because Daddy said don't make Mom feel lonely. Lam Lam doesn't want to make Mom sad either. I became dizzy looking at my son but wondered when did Talap Hoi say that. Lathu chuckled beside me. Now it all makes sense. My dignity got sucked away completely. How you Han sat beside me, surprised. Xiao Xiao, when did you start cooking? Before, Pai said you were stubborn and thought kitchens were for outsiders. Before she finished, she covered her mouth, seeming to realize something. Sorry, did I say something wrong? I ignored her and turned back. Latto saw my indifference, and Hayu Han's eyes reddened, as if I was bullying her. Don't ask why I didn't get mad. The original Lin Sao did say annoying things like this. In the end, I and Dumpling got the VIP room, Hayu Han and Dutter got the normal room, Latto's family got the thatch house, Han and Yan's family got the stable. At night, after bathing, I lay in bed scrolling Weibo to pass time. I really had to acknowledge the hard work of the production team. The VIP room was truly a blessing. Suddenly, a video call came in from Talap Hoi. I remembered the only condition for Talap Hoi allowing the original Lin Sao to film Mom's compliment was a nightly phone call. He worried she'd mistreat Dan Lam. But I'm not the original Lin Sao. What if this leaks? What should I do? I held the phone like a ticking bomb. Seeing Dan Lam approaching, I shoved the phone into his hands. Daddy's calling, listen. Mommy needs to go to the bathroom. Without waiting for Tajian Lam's reply, I ran straight into the bathroom. Tajian Lam answered, warm male voice coming through. Where's Mom? Actually, I saw Lin Sao before. My face panicked as I paced in the bathroom like a frightened rabbit. Oh, then Mom's in the bathroom. I'll tell her to come back. The man chuckled. No need. Is it fun? Very fun. Mom praised me too. There were cameras in the room to capture mother and child life. Comments, is that voice really Lin Sao's husband? I didn't believe it. Wasn't she married to a 60-year-old balding fat boss? Whose seductive voice is this handsome man? Maybe Lin Sao hired a body double. Long-time fans might have reason to believe she truly has such a top-notch husband. I sat on the toilet, thinking the call must have ended, then sneaked toward the bedroom, peeping in, seeing Tajian Lam, who greeted excitedly, Mom, Daddy wants to talk to you. Seeing the kid still holding the phone, I felt like fleeing but couldn't. I took the phone. A dazzlingly handsome face was on screen. The man cocked his chin on slender fingers holding a pen. His features were delicate yet masculine. His dark eyes looked at me with a slight smile at the corner of his mouth. I was defeated. Bang! Laughter came from the other side. My cheeks flushed as I turned away, refusing to look at him. He laughed. What's so funny? Nothing. Are you busy with work? I immediately regretted my words. The original Lin Sao never cared about Talap Hoi. How could you say that? But I guess you're not interested anyway. I was speechless, unable to speak more. Do you think Dad understands me? Talap Hoi asked. Did you eat yet? Wow, this time you said 4 words. Yes, I ate. I sensed the burning gaze from my nearby Dumpling. I turned to see him at the age of the monkey stage. Why doesn't Mom pay attention to me? Is Daddy that handsome? Mom's eyes were glued on him. Comments exploded instantly. How handsome is he? Show me. Who's the one looking at Lin Sao's husband? I don't believe it. Show me proof. No need to imagine. Where? Or am I out of the gossip wars? Talap Hoi's words startled me. Even this mysterious call. I couldn't stop thinking about sleeping together with Talap Hoi. Morning came. Sunlight filtered through the window, staining my eyes. I squinted, pulling my blanket over my head. Tajian Lam was awakened by my movement, sat up rubbing sleepy eyes. He put on shoes and went downstairs. The kids greeted the staff downstairs. The director, seeing Tajian Lam, smiled. It's only 7 o'clock. Lam's up early. I have to make breakfast for Mom, or Mom would be hungry when she wakes. Staff inwardly sighed. Such a sensible kid. Comments, since watching the show, I've learned to sleep and wake early. You gotta watch Lam, Mom's little darling. Where's baby Lam? Ew, creepy. Baby Lam, kiss Mom. So cheesy. Baby Lam was busy in the kitchen. We saw him take 2 slices of bread, spread jam, then place fried eggs on top. He pulled a chair, stood up, poured soybeans into the soy milk machine. The director approached. Lam. Where's your mom? Is she awake yet? Like this, can Lam go wake her up? Originally, they wanted moms to wake kids, but Lin Sao did the opposite. The child woke up earlier and made breakfast for mom. Tadan Lam lowered his head in thought, then said, "Can mom sleep a little more?" The director was speechless. Aha, got it. Tadan Lam went upstairs, followed by a crew member. He gently opened the door, knelt on the bed, pleading, "Mom, time to wake up." I turned over, hugged him, and kissed my dear child. Let mom sleep a little longer. Crew member BD zoomed the camera closer to capture my clean pale face and Dumpling's rose ears. Comments, "Oh my, what a beautiful scene. Now I don't want to think of wicked Lin Sao anymore." Lam wanted to wake mom, but was instead pulled back to sleep. Haha, my way of lying on bed is exactly like Lin Sao's. Natural bare face is beautiful. In the morning, I woke up with an oily face. My reputation flipped, and Han Yu-han started getting annoyed. Since the show aired intentionally or not, she kept targeting me. At this moment, I used the power of my bare face, shooting our live viewers to a record high 3 times Han Yu-han's live room. I bet she was grinding her teeth, scheming revenge. At the same time, in the normal room, Han Yu-han was editing a video clip exposing Lin Sao's dark side. Previously, she bought a few more hot searches. This time, I'd make her unable to wait for me. Attack, counterattack, floods versus land. What Han Yu-han will do, I can't control. I concentrated on enjoying the joy of raising my child. Sitting at the dining table, I couldn't stop praising. Taejeon lamb really is the bread my son bought me, so fragrant. Mom is so happy. Lam was truly mom's little angel. I love you so much. I praised the little one again and again until his head drooped onto the table, having so much fun with the kid. I didn't care about Han Yu-han's gaze until a staff member, Lam, ran over frantically to the director. Director, quick, check the hot search. The director opened Weibo. Top 3 trending searches read, Lin Sao seduces other women's husbands. Lin Sao mistreats her children. Lin Sao banned from entertainment industry. Even the official mom's compliment blog was shut down. The director's hands trembled. His subordinate nervously asked, "What do we do now?" The director grabbed his phone angrily. "Stop filming right now, then make a call." Soon his tone softened. Tinged with flattery, "Mr. Ta, the hot search." Not knowing what was said, the director smiled and said, "All right, I'm heading over now." After hanging up, the director entered the VIP room. "Sister Lam, I saw someone suspicious just now." "Director, what's wrong?" Rubbing his hands. "Have you seen the hot search?" I shook my head. "Not yet." "What happened?" "You're trending for being scolded." I pulled out my phone, logged into Weibo, and saw the trending searches. I opened the video. In the video, I was in a cafe flipping coffee onto Han Yu-han, saying things like, "Dan is mine. Don't even think about stealing him. Let's wait and see. Silence is the best plan. Tonight will be tough for Han Yu-han." The old video had been hidden until now. Suddenly, Taleb Hoi called. I tightened my grip. He already knew. I answered. His calm voice came through. "Go out. I'm outside." The director came up. "Sister Lam," filming is paused, "and Mr. Lam is coming for you." I hurriedly packed and pulled Taejeon Lam from the VIP room. Outside, a gold-colored Rolls Royce was parked. Beside it stood a man in a suit with dark glasses. The suited man opened the door for us. "Madam Ta." "I am Director Ta's special assistant, Mr. Tran." I nodded. "Thanks, Assistant Tran." Inside the car was a noble, strong man, wearing golden-rimmed glasses, legs crossed. When Taejeon Lam got in, he softly called, I lowered my head. Fingers tightening, the whole ride was strangely silent. Finally, someone broke the silence. "I will handle this, don't worry." Thank you." I checked my phone. Many strong recruits from the Ta family had already taken down damaging videos and hot searches. I thought of how furious Han Yu-han must be now, probably checking her phone helplessly. After a pause, Taleb Hoi added, "Take you home. Showing the family dinner tonight, not leaving the show." I suspected. Why explain? Sigh on the Rolls Royce. I leaned against the window, gazing outside. But inside, I was so tense. Nobody told me how to deal with my in-laws' sob. I was anxious all the way till we got off the car. Taleb Hoy took my arm and said quietly, "Don't be nervous." Right in my weak spot, I bit my lip and snapped. "Nervous about what?" Ta Dan Lam came up holding my hand. "Mom's not scared. Lam Lam will protect Mom." His soft little hand squeezed my fingers tightly. I couldn't help but pinch his plump hand and smiled. Thank you, Lam Lam." This whole mansion was huge. The design was classic style. Upon entering the courtyard, I saw a giant banyan tree with a rocking chair beneath it. The fragrant scent of flowers and grass filled the air. A young-looking madam awaited at the door. Taleb Hoy said, "My mom also invited Mrs. Ta." I nodded, then glanced at Dumpling. "Lam Lam, filming so tiring?" Dumpling, held by Mother Ta, sat on the sofa shaking his head. "Not tired at all. And it's very fun." "Did Granny watch the show?" "Yes, Lam Lam is great. Unlike some who make their son cook breakfast." I sat nearby feeling subtly mocked. Dumpling tugged Mother Ta's hand, whining, "No way. Granny's mom is fierce too. Your sweet and sour ribs were delicious." Ta smiled, inhaling deeply. "Want some lamb lamb?" I didn't. Mother Ta gave me a pointed look. Talek Hoy just came in and was summoned by his father into the study. I could only go to the kitchen. Mother-in-law, seeing me, quickly gave way. I tied an apron and went to make sweet and sour ribs. The table brimmed with various dishes. Talek Hoy sat beside me. His parents and Dumpling sat opposite. Mother-in-law asked, "What's with that hot dog thing?" I bowed my head and ate. Talek Hoy picked some food for me, then calmly said, "Just a clown jumping around for fun." Father Ta set down his chopsticks. "Investigate clearly, otherwise people will think the Ta family bullies their child." "Understood, father." Don't worry. My heart warmed. The Ta family was quite good. The original Lin Sao was truly blessed without knowing it. My headache was having to sleep with Taleb Hoy. Who showers first? I quickly grabbed a random nightgown from the closet and rushed into the bathroom. "You first." I didn't notice the person behind me smiling with lips closed, finding me speechless in the lace nightgown. Maybe just stay in the stable. This bamboo vibe is kind of off. I thought back, maybe Taleb Hoy liked the female lead. To him, me and this would only be a chunk of flesh, not seductive. I put on the lace nightgown, boldly stepping out. Hearing noise, he turned. The woman, freshly showered, wearing a knee-length lace nightgown outlining her graceful figure. Her delicate clavicle exposed, her hair still dripping. Her small face blushed and irresistibly charming. She had no idea, reminding him, "You turn." I grabbed the hairdo and had just plugged it in when he caught it. I looked up at him. A little annoyed. "What are you doing?" He flipped the switch on. His slender hand held my hair gently. The action was very light. My hair was long. I hated drying it. He was unhurried. Sometimes his hand touched my nape, making me shiver. After drying, I dashed to bed, buried my head under the blanket, refusing interaction. Water sounds came from the bathroom. My head was full of the previous scene. My face grew hotter. How was this man so skilled at teasing? Suddenly his husky voice echoed. "Touch, I forgot my underwear." I quickly lifted the blanket, used a finger to hook his underwear, and went to open the bathroom door. His muscular arm stretched out. Water dripped. I handed it over, then was pulled in. He pushed me against the bathroom wall. Getting so close I could count his fist's distance. I looked at his handsome face and swallowed. "What? What are you doing?" "Xiao Xiao, you really came back?" His hand stroked my face. She never let him touch her before, neither did he want to. No touching, no desire to touch. Such a strange couple. How could they have a child? Or was he a man? I suddenly felt something was wrong. Tried to push him away but failed. His muscles were too strong. I turned away. What was he saying? "You don't understand. Taleb Hoy, let me simplify. You're not her, right?" Cut out. Panic rose in my mind. How did he know? She wasn't as lively as this, only coldness and disdain in her eyes. Mom, had I been exposed from day one? So do you want a divorce? I'm begging. Things inside her may never return, maybe never return at all. Do you want her back? Not sure if it's a mistake. His tone dropped. I shook my head. No, no. Now I had a rich husband. An adorable and obedient child, a good relationship with my in-laws. Father and mother-in-law care for me. This was everything I dreamed of. Tao Lap Hoy in his pajamas said calmly, "Then no divorce." Seeing me staring at his back. He said, "That's the last button on your nightgown." Laughing, "Mrs. Ta, do you want me to carry you out?" Not impossible. That's what I thought. Hey, whoa, I accidentally said it out loud. Taleb Hoi frowned, then lifted me up. Not the Princess Carrie, but a father holding a daughter. I sat in his arms, unconsciously hugging his neck. Put me down. He seemed not to hear, gently placed me on the bed, then squatted to take off my shoes, watching his movements. I asked, "Don't you like me?" After all, his attitude toward Linselle was cold, not hateful. He wouldn't be so intimate with her. His fingers gently stroked my ankles. "Is this okay?" I blushed, tried to pull my feet back but was held tighter. "No, you're not Linselle. What if you suddenly go back to your original world? Wouldn't that mean you're betraying me?" Taleb Hoi looked at me, black pupils so deep they had no bottom. He said, "What if you really are Linselle?" Oh wow, what nonsense are you talking about? Seeing my face, he shook his head and walked away. I started recalling the original story. Linselle also had hot search, getting criticized. But Taleb Hoi did nothing. There was no family dinner. In fact, before Mom's compliment finished filming, the director had already canceled her contract. I clearly remembered a later plot where the director secretly invited fathers to appear as surprise guests. I sensed Taleb Hoi lying beside me and asked, "Will Director T invite the fathers secretly? Will you go?" "The earlier you ask, the better, since Linselle and Taleb Hoi secretly married. If you don't go, I'll pay someone else to film." The rival arrived. "If I don't go, you better run away with Mr. Tham." Mentioning Tham behind made me sick. That bastard, not worth my feelings. In the story, he presented himself as pure, but one side fawning on the female lad, one side accepting the supporting female's goodwill. When she wanted to quit, he gave hope. I propped my chin on my hand, looking at him. "So the hot search was bought by Hayahan, right?" He nodded. He furrowed his brows, seeming to think hard while Assistant Tran investigated the hot searches. He also looked into that damn fellow. He kept a mistress who bore him a son. Hayahan knew about this. I inhaled drama deeply. The story said the male and female leads recklessly pursued each other, ending happily. Could it be I transmigrated and broke the butterfly effect? Excitedly I asked, "What happened next? Who was the mistress?" He pinched my face and laughed. "Such a bizbite. This is right gossip. Might even use this to extort a some money-hungry kid." After my relentless interrogations, I finally uncovered the true cause. A few days later, Tavitin brought a pregnancy report to Harahan and had a quarrel with her. The next day, after breakfast, Talek Hoi took us to the filming crew. Before getting off the car, he said to Dumpling, "Touch your lamb. Be obedient and listen to Mom." Dumpling made a scowl. "I know." Entering a small room, Lethu immediately ran to hug me. "Missed you so much." At a height of 165, I didn't impress her much. I patted her back. "All good, all good." "So you really came back." "Haha, Yenon also came over to chat." Hayahan stared blankly from the side. When I glanced, she quickly retracted her gaze, pretending nothing happened. "Are you okay?" "Nothing wrong. Luckily, the hot surge cooled quickly. Otherwise, you'd be cyberbolier." I faked a smile at her. "Yeah, luckily. My husband is amazing, or else social media would have been abandoned because of abuse." Sensing tension, the director tried to mediate. All right. Now that you're back, we should start new tasks." Today's task split everyone into two teams to harvest corn at Mrs. Lay's house. First team to finish would get a fancy dinner tonight. As soon as the director finished speaking, Lefu grabbed me. "And Xiao, team up with me." I nodded. Hananian and Hayahan formed the other team. The director hurriedly added, "As for transportation, everyone can freely choose. Available tricycles, mini electric bikes, or bicycles." Hayanon spoke first. "I'll pick the bicycle to get some exercise." Hayuhan said. "Then I'll take the electric bike." Lothu turned and said slyly, "Do you know how to operate a tricycle?" "I don't know." Comment, "She actually does. If you're weak, don't show off it." Letha, "Don't trust her. She might want to be in the hot seat to Baghdadi." No idea how rich LaSalle is. Only after a blast is the hot seat even removed. Don't underestimate capital's power. I sat in the driver's seat of the tricycle, ready to start the key, but Mrs. Lay asked, "Do you know how to drive? If not, call Fukai to help." I waved it off. No need, I know how to drive. Too high played Talak Hoi. Seriously? The wife is truly omnipotent. Talak Hoi wasn't surprised. Just nodded calmly. His eyes paused on Lethu ready to get into the passenger seat. See how I manage my wife. Then he sat down on the passenger seat, beating Lethu by a step, ignoring even his son. Tadan Lam emotionally climbed onto the tricycle bed. Lethu sensed trouble and scrambled up, pulling her son from height onto the bed too. I was speechless. I said goodbye to Mrs. Lee, then started the tricycle to deliver apples to town. Our team split from Lethu's. We went to the supermarket to check for orders. We sold half the apples, then visited other fruit shops. The owner's eyes lit up seeing the big, sweet, appealing apples. The quality looks good. Want a partner long term? I smiled diplomatically. We're just completing a program task. If you want a partner, I can introduce you to the village head of Trom Inn. So we took the tricycle back to the production team. Playing cards. The director was surprised seeing us return. Finished selling already? I nodded. Yes. Anyone playing cards? Let me join. The assistant director lost badly and handed the remaining cards to me. Help me retaliate. I looked up at that hand, lip twitching. I'll try to chat while playing. The director took a pair of fours. So fast, already finished selling. I took 4 queens, because I'm business-minded. The director took a pair of nines. You're just profiteering. I drew out cards. The director was speechless. Let's play another round. The other teams gradually returned. Looking grim, especially Thanbahai, clearly impatient. The spoiled young master carried a basket of apples, walked an hour under blazing sun to town, then sold only some apples. He must be very disappointed, putting down the basket, wiping sweat for Thanbahai. Yet shooting me a provocative look, I ignored and kept playing cards. Lethu's sales amounted to second place. Total of 120. Xiao Xiao, you made 120. How about you? I drew 4 tens. I don't know. You ask him. I waved a hand holding cards and pointed at Talab Hoi sitting lazily nearby. He lazily reached into his jacket, took out a few crumpled bills and slowly counted. 360. He put the money away. Lethu speechless. He just won't say a word. Our team definitely first place. The director threw down cards and declared. Congratulations to Lin Xiao's team for selling fastest, earning 362 yuan. Second place Lethu's team with 101 yuan. Third Hathu's team with 88. Last Hathu's team with 58. The last team's punishment was to cook dinner tonight. Upon hearing this, my eyes lit up. Someone's cooking dinner. I'm going to bed. Call me when you're done. Hayu Han gritted her teeth, turning to Thanbahai. She grew more upset knowing she had to cook. Anhai, you're tired today. Let me cook. Go rest. Only then did he soften. Okay. He laid down on the sofa. The crew finished playing cards, closing their eyes to rest. Comments. Why do Hayu Han and her husband seem so awkward? I'm not alone on this. Folks, go check Lai San's room. Hayu Han is sinking. Thanbahai still mad at her. Only I found Lin Xiao's team very sweet. Huh? When Mr. Ted took money from his jacket and counted seriously, making me laugh, singing and laughing. Despite the rotten cards, I still managed to win. After dinner, we all went back to our rooms. A sweaty day after exercise. After showering, I wore short clothes and sat on the garden swing enjoying the breeze. My phone buzzed. The profile picture was black with a note. A close friend sent you a message. What was Thanbahai messaging me for? I saw the entire chat history of the original Lin Xiao with him. Especially clear were the red exclamation marks. The original was blocked by Thanbahai. Thanbahai, can you care for me? Why did you blackmail me? Tell me where I was wrong. I'll fix it. Anhai, don't be like this. If you don't marry me, I'll die. Too bad. In the end, I'm the heater for your heart. Goodbye. Anhai, at last, she could really say goodbye. Her last message was just before I transmigrated. What does goodbye mean? The original left but couldn't have him, so my swirling doubts rose like heavy waves. Surely I wasn't the only one monologuing inside. Thanbahai didn't care. Scrolling up, I saw a message. Tomorrow you don't have to give me half of what you earn. Question mark. Oh my, what's wrong with this guy? I replied. You're shameless. He answered. What game are you playing? I'm playing your mom's game. Then Talab Hoi came out, saw this. The woman who just showered sat on the swing. The night wind blew her dripping hair. Even the sleeves of her dark green outfit were soaked. She was immersed in loss. Ignoring my occasional vulgar remarks, I heard footsteps behind. I turned around to see Taleb Hoy carefully drying the ends of my hair. I held the swing with one hand, phone in the other, still on Thambehai's chat. Did she look for you? I frowned and nodded. That idiot. I didn't understand why the previous me liked him so much. Taleb Hoy didn't seem to mind saying, "What if she has an agenda? What else could she want besides Thambehai?" He said nothing more. The atmosphere suddenly grew awkward. I tried to ease it, searching for words. "You are very professional at drying hair. When had Taleb Hoy learned to dry hair for Mom?" He was so used to it yet gave contradictory answers. But I didn't mind drying my hair I'd entrusted to him. The second day, since no tasks were assigned, the crew turned off cameras. I lay on the sofa all day, eating almost all the food that Taleb Hoy bought. Taleb Hoy handled work upstairs. The madam directing the show still had to work hard. What a toil. Noticing views dropping sharply in Lin Sao's live room, the director hurriedly opened Lin Sao's second live room. Seconds later, viewers exceeded 80 million, still rising. The director recovered his smile. Finally, traffic returned. Just sitting on the sofa eating snacks, binge-watching shows, laughing loudly during funny parts, losing grace. Yet still many viewers tune in. "Mom, what's wrong?" Ted then Lam saw me sniffling, tears falling. He quickly dropped what he was doing and came near asking, "I wiped your tears?" "Nothing, just a touching scene I couldn't endure." The tears poured on, unstoppable. Comments, "Boo-hoo!" When I saw the breakup scene, I cried like a dog. This show Awakening is so touching. At the end, the male lead heroically sacrificed himself. Hope Lin Sao can live stream then. I want to see the beauty shedding tears. Lin Sao's like replaying me. I saw Ta General come downstairs. "Hurry, Ta General, go comfort your wife." Your wife cried after watching the breakup. Talek Hoi handed me tissue, looking helpless. "If you can't watch, just stop." Every time I watch, I cry. I hurriedly wipe tears, unable to gather thoughts. What was he trying to say? But it's really touching. Lovers can't be separated. Taleb Hoi saw me crying more. He put out tissues, gently wiped me. Behind his golden-rimmed glasses, his bottomless black eyes looked at me patiently. "It's just temporary. Lovers always overcome obstacles to reunite." Comments, "He's so good at comforting, so cute." What if Lin Sao knew the ending was even sadder? Would she watch? Really looking forward to it. Comments, "Pervert. I'm looking forward to cuddling up. Don't hope anymore. Wish the director of Awakening could fix the ending. I can't bear this ending. So hoping the director and screenwriter get a good scolding. But these are stories for later." No tasks. Meals were prepared by the production. Because I cried too much, I ended up eating 2 bowls of rice alone that night. At dinner, Talak Hoi kept feeding me. The comment section again went, "Oh, so sweet. Tajian lamb doesn't lose." He served me some shredded potato stir-fry. "Ate more, Mom." Thanks, lamb. Talak Hoi dumped the shredded potatoes from my bowl into his, looking at Dumpling with a displeased gaze. Told Mom she doesn't like shredded potatoes. Dumpling looked at me like to confirm. "How did you know that? In the original, it didn't say the original disliked shredded potatoes. Could reality and the story be divergent? You can't describe every detail of a character." Thinking about it, the original and I were similar. I nodded. Seeing the little one looking mature for his age, I quickly said, "Mom doesn't like it. But if Lamb served it, Mom would like it. If Mom doesn't like it, Mom doesn't have to eat. I won't force Mom." After bathing and dressing the child, I lay exhausted, thinking about dinner. It was strange that he understood Lin so well. Taleb Hoi smiled softly. "I know her very well. She's usually angry and sulky, ignoring others, hard to appease." I turned my back, stammering. "You two are so close. Too bad I'm not her." Taleb Hoi kept staring without speaking. Almost asleep, he hugged me from behind, chin on my shoulder, then whispered, "You're her. Too bad I didn't hear that." My biggest strength was forgetfulness. Wake up and forget all unhappy things. The night before, I went downstairs to greet 2 diners. "Hey, me baby. Good morning." "Good morning, Mom." "Good morning." I sat, self-loving. Am I well educated? Dumpling cooperated fully. "Mom is amazing. Excellent. Talab Hoi carefully served me soup dumplings. Hot. I love you. I know you're educated, and no need to say English in every sentence. Netizens laughed uncontrollably. The guy fought back laughter and handed me the task card. Lin Sao, we have to finish task soon. This is today's task card. I love you. No need for I love you, okay? I don't love you anymore. I read it roughly. We had to find various villagers and complete their requests to obtain ingredient cards. Then use those to exchange cooking ingredients. Transportation had to be rented from the production. Outside vehicles weren't allowed. I compared vehicle prices below. Small car 80 yuan, motorcycle 50, mini electric bike 40, bicycle 20, skateboard 10, walking 5. Even walking costs. Might as well rob something. Staff reminded guests. Other teams already picked, only 2 left. Since yesterday they spent some of their earned money, so director discounted their prices by half. Lethu's team chose motorcycle. Han and Nian chose mini electric bike. Ha Yihan, the poorest, chose bicycle. I gave the card to Talab Hoi and said in Chinese accented English, "Darling, choose anything you want. If you have money, pick the most comfy." He said, "Sounds reasonable." I agreed and told staff, "We'll take the mini electric bike." Staff, "Got it, Sister Lamb." Talab Hoi, as expected, eyed the white mini electric bike, patting my shoulder. "You drive or me?" He was in a white t-shirt and jeans, usually with cowlick hair, now soft and falling on his forehead. He looked gentler. He eyed my dress suspiciously. He pursed lips. "You drive." I hastily tossed my bun together and hopped onto the bike. The scene unfolded. Little boy stood in front, holding side mirrors. Taleb Hoi sat behind, legs long, resting on the front platform. Letho saw this, expression speechless. "Seriously? Xiao Xiao, you two are rich, why pick this?" I was serious. My husband said comfort matters most. Electric bike's the comfiest. Letha probably wondered if comfortable meant car. She wouldn't understand lovers' quirks. He gripped me from behind, chest pressed against my back, voice teasing. "I'd okay, Whiffy." That word wife teased me all over. I stopped the electric bike. The town was large. Would it be hard to find people? Taleb Hoi pulled my wrist. "Not likely. Crowded. Don't get lost." Dumpling was beside me like a cabbage. "I won't get lost." I probably wouldn't agree. The crafty production wouldn't make the search easy. I saw people in raincoats and boots in blazing sun, lost in thought. Maybe I'm overthinking. The morning task went smoothly. We got lots of ingredient cards. Before we could celebrate, a notification popped up. Had to pay vehicle rental fees. What the heck? The director laughed. "We're not easy either. You're too lucky. I'm a bit jealous." I swallowed my curse on camera and feigned understanding. "I get it. The director wasn't having an easy time either." At easy, his face froze. I wish him a swift demise by car accident. May he become immortal and suffer no longer. Back at the room, I sprawled on the sofa. Mom's tired. Ted and Lam looked worried. Talab Hoi tied a pink apron and said, "Rest, I'll cook." I got up. "You can cook to the little." Actually, he means a little. He planned to make 4 dishes, 3 his favorites. Smells good. I thought silently. My phone buzzed. "How have you been recently? Didn't you hate Talab Hoi? What about them behind?" I blocked him, then sent a question mark. She said, "I can't stand gossip anymore. Just with Talab Hoi now." "But I always loved you." I admit my previous action was extreme. "But I'm married, can't marry you. I can buy a villa and support you, but not interfere with your privacy." Talab Hoi noticed my expression. The subway grandpa looked at the phone suspiciously. "What? Food not palatable?" "No, delicious." I looked at the message's completely opposite tone and knew I couldn't stay calm. After blocking them behind, I looked up to see Talab Hoi come in to eat, radiating noble charm. I had to ask, "Had you slept yet? Can we talk?" He closed the laptop and looked at me. "About what?" "About Lin Sao. Earlier you said she might have ulterior motives regarding them behind." "What motives?" His face showed resistance, as if reluctant to discuss her. I guess from years of reading novels." He slightly twitched his lips but said nothing. I sparked, "You can't say it." He nodded but stayed silent. His eyes encouraged me. "So everything I know about Lin Sao is false. After all, the story only says she simped for them behavior love. Besides, the main couple's relationship is broken. So the male led raised the supporting led third party as a mistress, and the evil supporting led is ruthless too. What I knew about Lin Sao was fake. Is she drugged to have relations with him? He furrowed brows. I know. I recall Lin Sao. He said she was angry and hard to soothe. Asked again. Was it not due to drugs? They had loved each other. His disdain softened. Nodded instantly. So the desperate pursuer of them behind wasn't the real Lin Sao but a seductress? Confirmed. I pieced it together. Lin Sao before was the seductress. She had to seduce them behind. Talab Hoi and Lin Sao loved before. Yet he didn't drive me some stranger who invaded his wife's body away. Suddenly, I had a bolder guess. It was too unbelievable even to myself. So I am the real Lin Sao. As I said it, a golden light flashed between me and him. Opening my eyes, found him. The morning was gone, replaced with a familiar embrace. Memories flooded my mind. Then Bahai had been a family acquaintance since childhood. We were engaged, grew up together from elementary to high school. My feelings for him were not romantic. He fancied a transferred student. How do you supposed pursuit of school goddess was known publicly? I was engaged to him, became a joke pitied by others, arrogant, indifferent to others' opinions. I liked Talab Hoi and pursued him. Later we went to Peking University together. Later I was pregnant, believing life would be peaceful and happy. But the seductress appeared. She claimed to be the world's protector, ensuring the story developed as intended. She hated Talab Hoi immensely. Turned to snuggle up to them behind. Talab Hoi stopped her from abortion, forced her back when she tried to offer herself to them behind. Because of this, Talab Hoi became a joke. Even Mother Ta, who obeyed Son, advised a divorce. She was humiliated and troubled by them behind. She loved the seductors. Meanwhile, I was trapped in a parallel world, living as an ordinary office worker. When her mission failed, I was returned intact. I shed tears. We had been apart 4 years. I hadn't even seen the child's birth. Why did you forget? Talab Hoi hugged me tightly, voice choked, because I ruined her mission. To get back at me, she used all her points to punish me. The punishment, you forget everything. He couldn't say more. Why did I get on from him? After recovering memory, I became very clengy. Wherever he went, I followed, ignoring cameras until, Honey, do you want to pee? Want me to come too? Talab Hoi stood at bathroom door, looking helpless. I obediently stood there. So I waited outside. Comments, no way, she's so clingy. If my husband were Director Ta, I'd want to be his parasite too. He stayed too long inside. Dark emoji. I must become dawn on Director Ta's head. Sniff sniff. Time flew fast. Today was the last filming day of Mom's Compliment. The crew required us to dress glamorously for the welcome ceremony. I sat in makeup chair as the artist worked. My black fisted gown highlighted my figure. The stylist pinned back my hair, revealing a slender neck. Everyone appeared in their best images. Lethu wore a black high-slit dress, elegantly walking with her long white legs flashing seductively. Hayanian wore a red formal dress, red glossy lips slightly curved, unlike her usually gentle image. Haruhan wore a white strappy dress. She was pure and graceful like a heavenly fairy, though her eyes were reddish. Lethu said Hayuhan and them behind quarreled in makeup room. Because of Taivatin, Hayuhan refused to hold back. If you leave now, we'll divorce. Then Bahai didn't hesitate, just left. Seeing Hanuhan's state, she lightly gave up. Before changing outfits, she apologized to me. Xiao Xiao, sorry for targeting you before. It's okay. What do you intend to do? Her gaze firm. I plan to divorce, live for myself. If need a lawyer, my husband can help you. Thanks. I was the last to speak the closing words. Life is a play. Each of us is the protagonist. I am not a background to others' brilliance. Though flawed, I have a husband and son with infinite kindness. Though plagued by rumors, everyone makes mistakes. I apologize for past actions. Please say after me, I will embrace my own life with the best mindset. Finally, I wish everyone finds their happiness. After the emotional speech, netizens removed their sharp spikes, saying, This woman made me cry so much. I looked at the tall man with slightly red eyes, beside the boy, a miniature of him but with my temperament. I just walked toward my happiness. P.S. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to hear more great stories from Ella Reads Novels.